Welcome, dear learners. Dear learners, we are already aware about the concept of motivation, the kinds of motivation, the process of motivation, the distinctive characteristics of a motivated workforce, and the demotivating factors. Now, in this video, we will focus on how to motivate people. Firstly, we will focus on how to motivate self, and then we will focus on how to motivate others, because there are many things which an individual can do for motivating self and motivating the others. To motivate others, you need to be first self motivated. So now let us have a look at the techniques of motivating self. This is not a complete list. You can add from your side. Make the task for yourself more intrinsically satisfying. Try to see what is the significance of a project, how it is going to help the organization or to yourself. Provide your own extrinsic rewards. Like, if I complete this assignment today, I will have a cup of tea with my colleagues. Change your attitude and approach to undesirable tasks. That is, run your own race. Never compare yourself with others. Always compare yourself with your own capabilities. Think about why you do what you do. Sometimes you may start to think that your job is pointless. So, why bother to do things? A great way to increase self motivation is to list all of the positive outcomes of your job. Set smart goals for yourself and prepare an action plan to achieve those goals. Smart goals have 5 characteristics. Goals should be specified, measurable, attainable, and at the same time challenging, relevant or realistic, and time bound. If you think that the task seems so large and you do not know where to start, you can break your task down into smaller pieces. Build in accountability. That is, tell your colleagues or your manager about your task. It motivates you if you know that someone else is expecting you to complete the task. Master time management and get rid of excuses, because time is considered as a useful resource. Once it is gone forever. You need to learn how to prune your time. Don't procrastinate. That is, when low motivation and procrastination occur together, it can be doubly hard to get things done. Actually, procrastination is a Latin word for tomorrow. That is the tendency or habit of postponing things because of one reason or the other reason. Reward yourself. Make an agreement with yourself to give yourself a reward when you complete a task. Scare yourself with the negative consequences of not doing it. Love yourself, because you can love and respect others only if you love and respect yourself. And believe in yourself. Have faith in your own capabilities. Yes, I can do it. Maintain self discipline. Self discipline is a gap between what you want to do and what you actually do. So, exercise controls on yourself and do the right things at right time. Don't fear failure, as it reduces confidence and even self motivation to do. So, try to anticipate the risk involved with the project and prepare an action plan to overcome those obstacles. Keep learning, read, and try to take in everything you can. The more you learn, the more confident you become in starting the projects. Help others. share your ideas, and help friends get motivated. So, seeing others do well will motivate you to do the same. Sometimes you can swap tasks with your colleague's task. That is, trade your undesirable task with someone else who doesn't mind doing it, and you can do something for that person in return. Surround yourself with positive thoughts and people with positive attitudes. Try to create an accomplishment log, that is, record all of the times when you were able to motivate yourself to complete a task or keep moving forward. The log can inspire you the next time you need some extra motivation. Now, let us learn the techniques of motivating others. Set smart goals. When the goal is perceived as a smart goal, people will try to put in real effort to accomplish those goals and prepare an action plan to achieve the goal. Research indicates that commitment increases when people are involved in their own goal setting. So, with mutual participation of employee, help them set their own goals. Since there are wide individual differences amongst employees with respect to their needs, their thoughts, their feelings, their drives, their personality, and other variables, so as a manager, try to assign tasks accordingly, matching to their or suiting to their needs. Individualize reinforcers. As I said, there are wide individual differences. People have got different needs, and what acts as a reinforcer for one may not be for another. So try to identify the needs of the employees and provide reinforcements accordingly. In addition, try to link rewards to the performance, and you have to be very fair in giving rewards. Do not always rely on extrinsic motivation, otherwise people will think that you are trying to manipulate them. So help them extrinsically motivated first, and then slowly and slowly decrease the quantum of extrinsic motivation and let them carry out project themselves. Break tasks down into smaller pieces for them. Encourage teamwork. Very important. Provide immediate feedback because employee want to know how he or she is performing. So tell them how they are doing and be fair in giving feedback. You see, even a good employee can produce some poor work. The idea is to point out the work and not the person. For example, if the employee has submitted a poor report this time, you can simply say, Ramesh ji, this time this assignment is not up to your usual standard. It has got some spelling error. So, next time before submitting the assignment, he or she will try to incorporate the spell check in order to avoid the future criticism. So, give frequent, early, positive feedback that supports their beliefs that they can do well. Provide opportunities to experience success. While assigning tasks to the employees, the initial task should be within their reach. Once they experience success, they would like to repeat that task again and perhaps would set for higher challenging goals next time. Provide opportunities to grow and mature. You can do this by providing freedom to exercise initiative and creativity. You can provide them freedom to handle problems and take responsibility. And you can also delegate some of the tasks, but don't dump. That is, when you are delegating the unpleasant tasks, you are simply involved in dumping. By job enrichment, we mean deliberate upgradation of responsibility, scope, and challenge of work. So, job enrichment is another technique of motivating people. Smile at the group. When you enter the section or the plant or the department, enter with an attitude that I am going to enjoy my people. So, smile at them because smile costs nothing. It is an inexpensive way to improve one's looks. Building strong and positive self concept. Yes, they can do very well. Attributing success to employee effort. So let them make responsible for their own success and failure. Encourage camaraderie and friendship. Allow sufficient time to employees to interact with other members of the organization. Maybe the other members of the organization can be involved in a project. Provide formal and informal channels of communication by listening to them, using simple language in which the other person can understand, and you have to be visible, you have to be approachable because they may need your guidance. Provide right working environment, conducive, proper seating arrangement, proper ventilation, proper air, proper light, and develop positive attitude. Yes, everything will be okay. Be liberal in your appreciation because everyone likes a compliment. If you honestly can satisfy this hunger for appreciation, you can probably hold your people in the palm of your hand. So, thank people for good work. You see, thank you is a simple phrase which implies both recognition and gratitude for even the smallest work carried out. Another is to have a plan for employees' future. If the employee sees a possibility of his or her growth in the organization, he or she would like to work very hard. Another is remember the names of your colleagues or subordinates. Build up a system, put in some effort, and try to remember the names of your people because a person's name is to him or her the most important and most sweetest sound. Always say, Ramesh ji, Suniti ji, you have said very rightly, wonderful. Use human touch. In case one person was absent yesterday and you have noticed him today, ask, is everything fine at home? Or he or she has taken leave yesterday, everything is okay. So that will motivate the employee. They will think that the employer has concern about my safety and my you can say well being. So dear friends, in this video we have learned several techniques of motivating self and others. Thank you very much.